ask questions. And if you don't have your ducks in a row, it's going to be a big problem. So I think it's really good timing that we're having this discussion. So let's talk about it. What's a second way that people should be concerned about?
Well, once you realize number one, the second thing you have to realize is the minute you pay somebody what's called transaction-based compensation, and I'll get to that in a second, but when you pay somebody transaction-based compensation, you are done. End of story, end of conversation, full stop, whatever you want to call it. That is a hallmark sign of being a broker-dealer. And transaction-based compensation simply means you're getting paid based on the amount of money you're bringing in. It can be a straight commission, like, hey, I'll pay you 3% or 5%. And by the way, you've got to realize we're not talking just cash, right? Compensation is compensation. So it could be shares in the company, which it typically is. So just because you're giving somebody shares of your GP, as we like to say, that doesn't mean that you're not compensating them. You just happen to compensate them in the form of GPs as opposed to cash, but it's compensation nonetheless. So when I see people saying, look, if you bring in X amount of money, I'm going to give you X percent of the GP. But if you bring in more, I'm going to give you more percentage of the GP. That's classic transaction-based compensation. And you are absolutely becoming, basically you are acting like a broker-dealer without a license. And by the way, JC, that causes